Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we got a great one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Yeah! There we go!
And Dak going to start out going to the air. And this one complete to Smith. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Prescott. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Thanks to receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
I honestly want them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Prescott from the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Either check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Now Prescott. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying,
fights through and now a crease. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I've met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And this one is incomplete.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They're going to look to throw. That one caught. It's Horton. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for our Seahawks. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll run on first down with Price. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And it's a defensive end getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown in. Oh, look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Price. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And it's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Finding Williams once more, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Prescott to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Elijah Arroyo, 71 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
Through 1
7.
quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Prescott now. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the 1st half.
Now Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Finds Gibbs on the check down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They'll throw again. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Gibbs. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Price. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's down the field. He's got a Arroyo. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the handoff, Price trying the left side. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
26-yard line.
Here we go. Warriors, 18 Cardinal.
Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready, ready.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
A gain of 19 yards. That's another
CBK Cardinal, 8 track, ready. Panther 60, Panther 6, Panther 11, Panther 11.
He'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
You don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they'll try to run the option here. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. 4th down, Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Hey, kill. Yeah.
To throw is Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Here we go, 47, 26.
Here's Prescott. He'll try to pick it up himself. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 35 yards. And the Cowboys get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And he's got Smith-Njigba. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
19 Tiger. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Horton. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Horton. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
79.
And 4.
Past the 60.
In motion goes the tight end. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He pushed it. Something looked off with a snap, and he missed it. It's no good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Panther 11.
And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Horton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Drag him 60. Here we go. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's taken in by Arroyo. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now 2nd and 3.
Buffalo 18. Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. That one caught. It's Horton. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. 32 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And Lamb going to have a Cowboys 1st down as he's up to the 47. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's a turnover there on the launch. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, here we go.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He'll try and do this himself. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And this one is right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the... And this is going to be brought back for a fumble. Return touchdown by the Cowboys. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
11 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Cowboy 80. Trap 60. Trap 60. Let's go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Ready? Mustang 19. Ready?
Now back to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's got the first down. Boy, he was dynamite in the wild card game last week. He hasn't disappointed in this game either. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that ball popped free. We can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
60 average, 60 average.
On play action, they'll throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now it's the backup Darnold. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Now here's Michael Dixon. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We got the plyometric. Ran up by the Lux, and that's the highest metric. The city just made a sweep. We can diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walking New Orleans with the
Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Gibbs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. Third and goal. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Dak Prescott scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
There's so much for the worry about how they will be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you can hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4. At the Cowboys 45.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second and 4. Now a give running left is Price. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go, son.
Play action. It's Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it, and he'll just get rid of it.
And in the second half of a tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
And the question now, can they get closer on third down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. To throw is Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Myers' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this certainly a key moment in this game, trailing by 3. Fourth quarter with a spot in the championship game next weekend on the line. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now Prescott. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Throwing, Prescott. He connects with Hyatt. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
They bring pressure there on 3rd down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
Prescott to throw it. This one swung out to Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
they come up now on 2nd and 2.
Yeah, here we go. I take line 8. Then we'll go on to 53.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Yes,
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now Prescott. He'll drop this down to Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Here's Dak. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. Now Riley for the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Cowboys 31, Seahawks 27.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Darnold gets this complete to Smith-Njigba. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Seahawks first down. A gain of 12. And the Seahawks first down.
Here's Darnold. Going right back to Smith-Njigba. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Darnold. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
First down. A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Seahawks.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. Darnold to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
This is 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been